Hey there!
Ahoy hoy!
Welcome to Aren't We Special. I'm Lee Service.
And I'm Aaron Hill.
Every week on Aren't We Special, we take turns choosing a stand-up special. We watch it, and then we talk about it.
Yeah, but it's not a review. We're not
Nope.
critics. We're comics. Talking about stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, my favorite art form.
Not mine, but we're still here.
Close second.
Close second.
All right. Enjoy the show.
I enjoy interpretive dance.
All right.
Back at it.
We're back.
Just hits keep coming, you know?
They don't stop.
We are
There's no shortage of comedy specials
No, there's
to
not.
watch and talk about. I don't think we'll ever be out of work.
honestly.
If this thing starts paying the bills, yeah, I don't think
we need to solicit some sponsors, I think.
like advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But not even necessarily for money, but like maybe local beers want to get on board and sponsor the pod, and then maybe we end up talking a lot more shit on air because
yeah,
we're hammered and we go viral. And Bob's your uncle.
yeah.
Quit our day jobs.
That's coming.
Yeah.
I figured by like 2047.
I'm set to retire in 2048.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll get $34 a month on my pension.
Woo! And by then, $34, you'll be able to buy like half a carton of eggs.
That's all I need.
So, I thought I had some notes.
Notes.
Yeah,
God.
I know.
This is organically.
I'm
We're
a
supposed
nerd.
to just talk off the top.
I know. I'm not doing a good job.
Well,
I thought I had something I wanted to talk about, but
okay. Well, you don't.
I mean, I had a couple bits that I wanted to maybe.
Hit me.
Oh, so
Preparation is the name of the game, folks.
this is funny.
We're just killing it.
This is funny. I was at work and I went to use the washroom. So in construction, you have the option between using the porta-john,
Yeah.
that little plastic
Yeah.
thing and you can go into the blue liquid, or you can go to like the office trailer, and there's like an actual bathroom in there.
Trailer bathroom.
The trailer bathroom.
Fancy.
So I decided that the occasion called for a trailer bathroom.
In other words, you had to take a shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
So I go to the trailer bathroom, and one of my coworkers had left a little surprise in the toilet. And it wasn't that it was too big to go down, but it was kind of draped across the hole.
Whoa, back up. This doesn't even make sense because, sorry, you went to the trailer bathroom.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking porta potty.
No,
Okay.
no. Trailer bathroom. So real toilet.
Got
like
it.
same toilet that you would have in your home.
Draped over the hole.
So someone left a log. It wasn't necessarily too big to go down. It was just the way that it fell. It was like a suspension bridge
Yeah.
over the,
Was he an engineer?
he must have been. Yeah, it was an assembly of corn and peanuts. So anyways, so I'm like, well, I can't build on this, I'm not here to drop.
What are you, a savage? Of course not.
I'm not here.
Flush that shit.
I'm not the Taliban. I'm
No.
not going to start dropping bombs on this bridge.
We got no shortage of water. Flush that shit.
So I'm flushing. It's not moving.
Whoa.
It's not moving. So I went outside. I grabbed myself a stick.
Wow, this is getting
Yeah.
hot and heavy.
I went in there. Just gave it a light jab.
Little nudge.
Just kind of stabbed it in the
Yeah.
center, and it breached and it went down.
Now you're an engineer.
No, I'm the engineer. So now I'm walking out with this stick. Now I got this stick, right? And I'm leaving
Shit on
the
a stick.
trailer, and I'm walking down. And dude, it was one of the biggest revelations I've ever had in my life. The saying, the shit end of the stick.
Uh-huh.
It's exactly where that comes from. And you don't notice it. You don't really think about it until you're walking with a stick that you just
Did you research this? Are you sure that's where it comes from?
No, I don't have to. I don't have to. That's 100% where it comes from.
I mean,
It has to. Because you become so aware of which end of that stick has the shit on it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like there wasn't visible shit on it.
Shit end of the
but
stick.
when you're holding a stick that you just touched shit with, you become so aware of that's the shit end, this is the good end.
Do you
So
think
it
that's
makes so much sense.
a common enough problem that people had to create a saying
I think it
for
was.
When?
Back when plumbing was more rugged, and it was literally we were just shitting in holes and having to jam it with sticks all the time. You're not buying it?
I get the sense that if I was gonna use a stick to manipulate the poo-poo,
Yeah.
I would just throw the stick in with the poo-poo. Why are you carrying the stick? Where are you bringing the stick?
Well, you need it for next time.
No,
You
get a
don't
new
know-
stick.
No.
You're in the woods.
You're not gonna find a new stick every time you need to.
There's enough sticks.
What if there's a stick shortage? Okay. So, anyways, I thought that was kind of fun. For me, it was. I almost felt like I was brought back to a simpler time where this was a regular thing where you were having to manipulate shit with a stick.
You could be maybe
So
maybe in the aqueduct era. Aqueduct?
The
Do you know what I mean? The Romans and their aqua.
the infamous aqueduct era.
The aqueduct era.
I've heard it talked about so many times. in the
Yeah. Okay.
past.
So in between shitting in a hole in the woods and toilets that didn't flush, there was like an aqua dump.
Oh, like
era.
those streams that would go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an area where I could see potentially the use of a stick.
Yeah. And sticks would be harder to come by because you're becoming more civilized now. So
I mean,
you're more prone to keep a stick around.
Okay.
You have a rag, you wipe it off.
Oh boy.
You'd probably label it a little arrow, shit end.
You could be right. We'll Google it up.
It was a thought. It was a thought. You ever have those like?
You got to manipulate. Even my toilet. My toilet catches. It's got the grit. It always
grit.
catches. You never get a clean flush on flush number one.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not,
you get the skid marks.
you always get some little remainder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not good at long division. You got to
Yeah.
keep going till that remainder's
Good.
gone.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the butt sometimes. I mean, if this was California or Australia, I would be like a criminal violation of wasting water.
Yeah.
Because it takes me I'm like a 3-flush guy.
Well, you know what I learned from I never completed the apprenticeship, but I was an apprentice plumber for a while.
Yeah.
And something I learned is that if you're having a significant bowel movement and then using the appropriate amount of toilet paper, that's a 2-flusher
Yeah.
at least.
At least.
Yeah.
Who's not? I rarely poo with less than 3 flushes.
You know what I like to do, and this might be controversial. I like to drop the doo-doo, flush, wipe up,
Yeah, you can't linger.
flush the paper.
You can't let it linger, as opposed to what the cranberries said.
Right.
No,
you don't want
get
to.
that out of there, and especially if you're in a public setting, because now you're sticking up the whole.
Yeah. Well, if it's covered by the water, is the smell getting out of the water?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because that's just poo water now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like there was a film, I forget what it was, but like Tom Arnold was in it, and he was pooing next to it, and he's like, hey, how about a courtesy flush over there?
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking courtesy flush.
Yeah.
That's what that initial flush is.
Yeah.
Courtesy flush.
Yeah, that's gross. Like just sit and also
can't just
just
marinate.
like and how many people are just on their phones for
Yeah.
for half an hour and just sitting on 3 hot pounds.
So
you know?
Friday,
Flush it.
Friday I went into work. I work a split shift, as you know,
Yeah.
so I go in the afternoon, and there's a bunch of people standing outside, and my supervisor's like, hey man, we had an issue with the plumbing. apparently there's some roots growing in the pipes. Plumber says can't use anything.
Yeah.
You can't go
We
to the
don't have a
bathroom.
stick.
You can't use the sink. You can't wash your hands. You can't get a drink of water. Nothing. And I'm like, holy fuck! And it really threw me for a loop. And this guy was like, trying to be funny. He's like, oh, just use your water bottle. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just use your mouth. I was just so pissed off. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just grumpy. But yeah,
okay.
so we couldn't pee at work last night. Now we've since got porta potties in the parking lot, but that's going to be the next months of my life.
Now, are they just like the shitty plastic porta potties, or have you seen like the upscaled ones?
There's no upscale here.
Oh, no?
We're going
Because
old
they
school.
there's kind of a middle ground between like a trailer bathroom and the porta potty where it is sort of its own little trailer. It's like a little pod.
Yeah.
And it's got running water.
What did I see? There was a modern function on a toilet that I read about. What the hell was it? Maybe I'm just
Bidet?
hallucinating.
A friend of mine has a heated toilet seat at his
Yeah,
place.
those are big. Those are big.
Yeah.
I might just be hallucinating.
He doesn't crank his heat up too much in the winter.
Yeah.
So I like to tell him, at least crank up that toilet seat.
Apparently, it's the greatest thing of all time.
Apparently.
Yeah.
How about a
Now,
bidet?
well, my aunt has a fancy schmancy. It's got a remote control bidet, the whole nine.
Ooh.
I'm terrified of this fucking thing. I've never
Really?
pushed a button in my life. No, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I can't work a fucking TV remote. I'm not like, and this is like that
So
sophisticated.
is it a separate appliance or is it the toilet?
No, it's a toilet. But here's the thing: you walk in the room, the lid lifts automatically. It's got a motion sensor.
Yeah.
Then if you lift the other lid, like you just have to touch it like an inch, and then it just its own.
Okay.
And I'm like, already this is terrifying, freaking me out. I don't understand. I don't trust technology. And then there's just a remote with like probably 12 buttons. I'm like, this is so much more than I need.
Yeah. You don't need all that.
Now it's also, I'm a guest in my aunt's house.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess with. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like you don't mess with another man's stereo.
Yeah, but if it's a bidet, I'm going to test it out.
I've never. I'm still a bidet virgin.
So a friend of mine went to India and he said that everywhere you go, there's a hose. Mm-hmm. And you spray your ass off with a hose. Mm-hmm. And he got home and he had me help him install an ass hose. So basically where the water comes out of the wall and then there's a flex line that goes into the back of your toilet tank.
Yeah.
If you turn off your water, obviously, and then disconnect there, and then you can put a T on it, and then hook up another flex hose to one of those like almost kitchen things where you push the lever down and the water comes out. And he's got that at home now.
Great.
So just hose off, wipe up for safety.
But isn't that like worse than a bidet? Isn't a bidet way better?
For sure, but I mean, you have bidet money?
I don't.
Who's got bidet money?
I don't even have bidet courage. I can't handle this shit. It's too much.
I don't even want to try it.
I believe in the concept. It's too much for me.
We do need to evolve beyond just regular toilet paper.
Paper's rough. Paper is tough.
Like, you're not...
It's not natural, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, eh? And like, how close... Like, why do buttholes got to be so close to your sex organs? What's up with that?
Yeah, we're getting deep in the weeds.
There's jokes about that where it's like, why would you put a hospital next to a playground or whatever?
Oh, interesting. I like it.
But yeah, so shit end of the stick. I thought I might be able to get some material out of that, but I don't know. I'm hesitant to talk about shit. Not on this podcast, obviously, because we've been doing that for 15 minutes now. But I am. Would you be hesitant to talk about shit on stage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just you're gonna lose people.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but there is a lot of people who instantly you talk about farts or shit or poop or pee or anything, and they go like, "Ew, I don't want." Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, it can be great. It's just like anything. It can be done well. It can be done poorly.
Yeah.
But it's like you gotta, if you're gonna go into it, you gotta know it's gotta be way funnier than it is gross. Otherwise, you're just fighting an uphill battle. You know.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth it for me. I've seen some shit jokes kill.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like known as the shit guy. Yeah. That guy shits all the time.
Shit guy.
That guy has so much shit material.
Man, that guy really finds new angles on shit.
Yeah, he must shit all day. Another idea I had was kind of a pet peeve. I don't have a lot of pet peeves. I'm not.
Pretty easygoing.
I'm pretty easygoing.
Pretty copacetic fella.
Yeah, not a lot of things annoy me, but there's one thing I noticed. You know when people will say something in a silly voice and do this with their arm?
Sure.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, fair.
I'm
trying to think, doing it like what would an example be?
Like it's always something kind of tongue in cheek. Like they'll be like making fun of, or it'll be like political or something. It'll be, people will be like, well, we can't do that because we gotta go to war with Iran or something. Funny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think where I see it mostly, like I think Mark Norman does that a bit, but he's always like making fun of someone who might do something or something.
Yeah.
It's like there's a meta element to it. Like to earnestly do that is fucking insane.
Yeah, it is. An example would be like I'd love to come to the movies tomorrow with you, but I gotta go to the dentist, or you know what I mean? Like
that's fucking crazy.
I hate it so much, but people do it. People do it, and it drives. And for a guy to do it, it's like you never want to get laid again because you look like the biggest nerd on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And then even when a girl does it, like you could be, and this is where I'm trying to see if I can turn it into a bit. Like you'd be the most gorgeous woman on the planet, but if you came up to me and you were like, I want to give you $1 million and a blowjob, I'd be like, get away from me.
Sure. I mean, she's probably pretty good at a hand job.
No, there you go.
She does this.
Yeah, but I'd hate it.
Yeah, fair. Because she'd be like, yeah.
I'd be like, what are you, a munchkin from The Wizard of Oz?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Yeah, like I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do it earnestly, but that's crazy. That's an insane thing to do.
Well, I don't know if you can do it earnestly, because when you're doing it, you're sort of.
No, I know what you mean, but I think there's people who would, like there's people who would do it about situations in life, and then there's people who do about other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Anyways, I call it munchkin arm.
Yeah.
And
good name.
Yeah, we'll see if we can turn it into something.
I like it.
So between munchkin arm and shit end of the stick.
Fun act out though, like just doing
it would be a fun, to think of some funny things to say, to put behind it. I think it could
call back to it just by doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. How about you got any new stuff you're working on? Or?
Well, I don't know if I want to. Here's a thought I had. I don't know if anything's going to come out of it, but I was thinking about Dutch people.
Yeah. Okay.
Telling you,
with the stroop waffles.
Last week, I think, and maybe this week. I don't know. Time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
And do you watch True Detective?
No.
Great show.
Okay.
Oh, I'm balls deep in True Detective. It's amazing. Anyway, the Dutch. I was thinking they're known for a few things. One of which is like their oven. Dutch oven. And here in North America or Canada, like we have like pretty horrific like suicide rates, It might get dark. I don't know how to really approach this or whatever, but then I'm like, Dutch suicide rates are like half of ours. And I'm like, well, maybe that's just because like our level of practicality. Like you ever try to put your head in a Dutch oven? It's like just doesn't fit in that fucking thing. I don't know. I don't know what will come of that.
Yeah.
It's I got to breach suicide to get there.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. I don't know if the punchline's really worth that.
So for me, I only know Dutch oven as farting under blankets.
Well, there's also that.
Yeah.
I know, because so now there's this layer of like
But so an
confusion.
actual Dutch oven is like a small oven?
Yeah, it's a pot with a lid.
Oh. Oh, okay, I did know that.
Yeah.
That's
But
not even enough. I guess that's
not really. But like it's made of a denser material. Like I have a cast iron Dutch oven.
maybe a bituminous fiber? I don't know.
And they're like, it's a legit thing, but yeah, the idea of like trying to kill yourself by putting your head in a Dutch oven, I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm skilled enough to make it funny on stage, but.
Well, and then if you can bring in the modern version
The
of
fart
the
aspects, yeah, sure. Anyway, I was thinking about like Jim Norton, you know that guy?
Yeah.
Jim Norton? This guy can talk about suicide and death and like the darkest shit, and it's always funny, and it always gets me, and I'm like, well, if he could do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
You know? Because it harkens back to when we were talking about Dean Del Rey, and I was like, oh, that back joke. Like I've just dealt with too many people with like severe back pain.
Yeah.
For me to even like equate that with being funny anymore.
Right.
But he did it, and it's hilarious. So like, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about. Like,
Well, I think you can. I think maybe and I've heard you, actually it was funny because I was going to make reference to that before, because I've heard you say this at least a few times now, is like how I know what you're saying. There is like this, it's like an art to being mean without coming across as being mean.
Yeah.
It's like being mean while being likable.
Yeah.
At the same, maintaining likability, but being, having those quips, I guess, if that's the right word. Or like just being able to like kind of like cut people down. But I think what it is, and this guy did it, the guy, Ian Bagg, who we're talking about today, did it so perfectly.
pretty masterful. Pretty masterful.
Like the way the short couple
Yeah.
that
exactly.
he worked on them for half the special.
Yeah.
And but I think he's first of all, he started doing comedy in 1993.
Okay.
This guy, and I don't know if crowd work has always been his thing,
I think it is.
but like he might be the best at crowd work that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's incredible. But anyways, back to what you're talking about maintaining likability while being mean, is I think it's when you're doing crowd work, at least you can tell by the reactions of the people whether or not they are, how you can see how they're taking it.
And you can adjust on the fly.
Yeah, in real time.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about, if you're just telling jokes or doing bits and just going after a certain demographic, or even something as like, as sort of marginal as just like people with back pain.
Yeah.
If you can do that, like, I think maybe just who cares? Like, if, you know what I mean? If there's one person that gets offended, but everyone else is laughing, well,
Yeah.
is that the worst thing in the world? Like, I know these days that is, but who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I think just with that specific example, because again, like I was like so integrated because I worked with this fella, I was not all the heavy lifting, but a lot of the heavy lifting I had to do. I was just literally carrying extra weight, and it became like for the first like couple months, I was in the mind frame of like, this is back pain guy, he's annoying, this sucks. And then it just became like, oh, this is a seriously debilitating problem, and like I have to like go out of my way to help, and it's like I feel sad. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
So like,
and that's just your own.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like when I talked about Dean Del Rey's bit, I think really what I was doing is talking to myself in a way and asking like, where did the line get drawn for me where I felt like that wasn't funny anymore? And why did it get drawn? Because it clearly could have been funny the whole time. So I'm asking myself more than I'm asking Dean Del Rey.
And I think for you, that's a topic where that just brings you to that specific time and you probably have it's probably a combination of you having some empathy for that person, and then also remembering how shitty your life was because you had to pick up all the slack and do all the extra stuff.
It was a huge part of my life.
So it just and you run the risk, and man, that it's almost like a trigger, right?
Yeah.
You talk about someone, and that's the thing. That's what makes stand-up so crazy, is that something completely unrelated can trigger someone to go into memories or thoughts about something that was potentially traumatic for them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that can happen with anything.
But on the flip side, I appreciated the joke so much, and that's why I think I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, okay.
Is because it hits so fucking hard for me, because I lived it. I lived with back pain guy for months and months and years, and did the fucking work, you know?
Yeah. It worked. That worked for me too, because I've been back pain guy.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
I am back pain guy.
But I guess what I mean is, like, what flipped in my head and said, this isn't like joke material anymore?
Yeah.
Like, why did I flip that switch? It's weird.
Yeah.
And like, what other things have I flipped a switch on that I can unflip?
Right.
You know?
Well, maybe now that you know that,
Yeah.
moving forward, just anytime you find yourself maybe flagging a certain topic as like, you know.
Well, I don't really get offended. That's the thing. It's not about being offended, but it's just like
it's not being offended. It's just you're looking at it you're not looking at it as having potential to be anything.
Yeah, I put it in this other category that's like, I don't touch it. But I'm like, well, why? Which is why I think joking about suicide could be funny. I've also dealt with like 2 people that were relatively close to me in the last like 2 years who killed themselves, and they're both kind of my age.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I could kind of talk about it on a experiential level to some degree.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't just be me making fun of something I had no connection to. Like I could draw it in with real experience, and then the end is a silly, goofy, and you can't Dutch oven yourself.
I have a joke like that about a guy who a hypothetical kind of situation where a guy that I worked with died on the job site. And,
yeah, I remember that one.
And it does really well. But I actually, one of the last time I did it, there was a lady who audibly went like, I don't know if I should laugh at that. She said that out loud.
Right.
And I was like, well, it's a joke, so
Yeah.
you can, you know. But anyways, like it doesn't matter what you say. There's going to be people who find it funny. There's going to be people who, you know, you could be talking about a grocery bag and it's going to remind someone of their grandmother who used to put cigarettes out on them.
Maybe. But I think there's levels too. I heard this I took Steve Martin's master class there, and he was saying he did this like live workshop with newish comedians, and they would run their sets, and then he would give them feedback, which was really, really cool. One of the guy's bits was about, I think it was about a miscarriage or something like that. And Steve said, there's just some topics that as soon as you bring up, people are going to tune out, and we don't necessarily know exactly why or whatever, but it can hurt you. And I believe that. Now, I don't subscribe to the idea that's a reason to not do it, because I think anything can be a little bit, that might be even more reason to do it. Because when people are hearing a topic and just automatically tuning out or getting triggered or quote unquote whatever it is, that means there's feelings there, and there's a lot of potential to connect with those feelings, because those feelings, like, they feel like they aren't safe to share in society yet. It's still like too much of a taboo or too potent or whatever it is. But to me, that's an opportunity. Right? But it's got to be done so deftly.
It's done well, yeah.
And I think so to me it's
like you said before, it's going to be funnier than it is troubling.
Yeah, but I do think that, like, sometimes we just don't think, of course, Because as a guy, we could talk about miscarriages and it doesn't really connect with us.
Right.
But if a woman in the audience has had a miscarriage, of course
Yeah,
she's going to be
awful.
sent off to this other place. And if you just don't treat it with some degree of reverence and just move on to your next fucking yuck, of course she's going to be alienated.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's, yeah.
I wouldn't personally, and I'll touch on almost anything, but yeah, I don't think I would do a miscarriage.
I think the point
I
is...
just don't. Well, for one, I've never thought of any, like I've never had an idea for a miscarriage joke. But yeah, for me, it's just like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because it's like you're going into a pretty heavy topic.
Yep. Yep. But I think there's always that element of people's own experience that they bring, and they may just pull back and you don't even know why. And they may not even know why. It's a subconscious reaction, right? It's not like they're like, I hate this guy. It's just like now they're just in a different place.
Yeah.
And they don't even understand what happened. But so I was always just kind of wary about that since hearing him talk about it. But again, I do kind of look at that as like an opportunity. Like clearly, just as an example, the miscarriage thing, like so many people have experienced that and there's so much grief and emotion and all the rest of it that, I mean, that's ripe for comedy. People need to, like, laughing can be part of the grieving process and help you work through it.
It would almost have to be a woman who's had miscarriages and like have her,
probably to break the door open,
or a guy who was like trying to procreate with his wife and was not successful or something. But like, there would have to be a personal touch to it. Like you couldn't just be like a 20-year-old douchebag guy going up there who's like never even been in a serious relationship and be like, so miscarriages,
exactly,
right? Like, yeah. So, but yeah, so Ian Bagg versus the government.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it, because it's Sacramento. It's a government town.
Oh, is it? Is that what it is?
It must be, because I never got the connection till right now.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing title. Versus the government is so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really funny, man. I watched this just on my laptop after getting home from work. Sometimes I'll lift some weights for a little bit when I get home from work and put something on my laptop. And I ended up standing in front of the laptop and watching the entire thing. And like at one point I had to pee really bad and I didn't even want to pause it.
I felt that way too. You had to, I wanted to be connected.
Yeah, it was,
I watched on
I didn't
Netflix.
want to miss anything.
There was a commercial in the middle. I'm like, you motherfucker.
No, it wasn't on Netflix.
What was it? Oh, it was on YouTube. Sorry, I have the
free
free YouTube bullshit. Oh, I hate streaming so much.
Yeah. Do you have a YouTube account?
Well, just a free one.
Yeah, same. Yeah. No, but if you had like YouTube Music or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, there's something so, maybe, I don't know if it's just because he's Canadian, but there's something so familiar about him.
I think he's just got like a friendly face. He's the way he speaks is so conversational, and even his voices are just like so like fun.
He's got some
just draws you right in.
You almost don't know what his real voice is.
I know,
because he does like this little. He does kind of like an Irish accent, and then with like a lisp.
Yeah,
sort of.
yeah. For the girl joke, for the girl voices, for sure.
Well, even just even when he's just riffing, like sometimes he has like this little lisp. But
I heard him on a podcast before I watched the special, and so I got a sense of his real voice. Okay. But I could tell that it's like
what podcast was he on?
That Hot Breath.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like kind of akin to what he breaks it down. He asks comedians about their best advice and how they did this and why they did that. It's quite good. But he speaks very like kind of deep and kind of monotone. Like you get the sense there's got to be like, this is not who I'm seeing on stage. There's got to be more bells and whistles because it's very kind of just straightforward and almost like dry.
Right.
So to hear him on stage, I was like, whoa, yeah, this is this is where it's at, you know?
Yeah, he's an animal.
I didn't know about him until he played the Algonquin Commons Theatre at Algonquin College, like in Ottawa. And I saw that Rob Pugh, a local guy who's an incredible headliner, posted about it and said, go see this guy. He might be the best I've ever seen at crowd work. And I'm like, oh, okay. If Pew's saying that, I'm going to check this guy out for sure, you know? And I actually didn't go see the show and I kind of regret it, but I'm sure he'll be back again before too long.
Yeah. Crowd work is not usually my favorite thing. I don't really gravitate towards, I've never watched like a Matt Rife special or anything like that.
Yeah.
But man, he sort of changed my mind about it.
To me, this was one of the best representations of an actual live comedy experience versus the special that's like heavily edited and had all the production value and da-da-da-da. This was quality, like it had good production value, but it felt real the whole time. You felt like you were in the fucking seat watching this guy.
And there was no, awesome. Like, what happened that night didn't happen before that, and it never happened again.
Of course.
You know, it wasn't him just like, he had material that he worked in with the crowd work. Like, I almost feel like his material, he must write with the intention of this is going to be woven in with the crowd work. Because he didn't have any, like I don't want to say he didn't have material, because he did have material, but he didn't have, I don't think, any material where he was just like telling a joke.
It was never a monologue.
No.
It was always a conversation. And he always bounced it off this guy and that guy and this girl.
Yeah, and he knew, like, but yeah, masterful is the word, because he knew exactly who he could go in on and how long he could go in on them for. He knew which people to stay away from just by their reactions. But like, not that he would shy away from anyone. The old guy, when he tells the old guy to get back to work and stuff, like, oh man.
And what you mentioned earlier about how, like, that walking that line between roasting someone and what did you say? Kind of making fun of them, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
That was his entire show, and it was so beautiful.
Maintaining likability.
As soon as he got on stage, the first thing he did was make fun of the venue.
Yeah. And the town of Sacramento.
Yeah, which again I think plays to that live experience, because most specials don't do that.
Yeah.
Most specials, they're like talking to the television audience, not the actual location of the venue.
And that's kind of like a tricky thing to do too, because I've seen comics do that just with, like, you know, whatever, like, it was one of the, I think maybe it was the second kind of club thing that I'd ever done that wasn't an open mic. And it was with some comics from Toronto who were doing like a little Southern Ontario tour kind of a thing. And it was at Cultures. You ever go to Cultures? Uh-huh. And the one guy just like started laying into Cultures, like kind of like how shitty of a comedy club it was or whatever. It's not even really it's a club, but they do comedy nights or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you don't, like, you're not Dave Chappelle. Like, nobody knows who you are. And they've been gracious enough to host this for you. The only reason there's even people there is because, like, I brought a bunch of friends out because it was my second time doing kind of like a real show.
Yeah.
And like, for you to just start like laying into the club, and it's like, that's not going to work for anyone.
I think it can work. I think it's a double-edged sword, like you said. It
definitely didn't.
Yeah, no, you can.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying the way he did it. Like, yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah,
Well, you have to do it in a way that, like, most people have a sense of humor about their own shit, right? Like, like I can have a sense of humor about working in Kemptville and living in a rural area, and you know, it's kind of like being self-deprecating in a way, and just being able to have a sense of humor about things. I think most people can have that, but are you doing it in a way where it's resonating with them, or does it more seem like you think that your shit doesn't stink, which is a perfect analogy for the beginning of this episode, and you know, just you're coming across as a dickhead who just thinks you're above performing at this place.
Yeah, I think it's walking that line. And again, that's something that like Ian Bagg, like when he made fun of the venue right out of the gate, you didn't get the sense that he really resented it.
No.
You got the sense he was just having fun.
At no time did you get the impression that he thought he was too good to be there.
Yeah.
That's what it is, I think.
Yeah, again, it's a double-edged sword and it's a line and it's complicated, right? It's you got to walk the line sometimes.
It was quite the opposite. He drew everybody in. Like at one point he goes, "This is fun. We should start a village."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like very like, and that, man, that's what I love about, one of the things I love about comedy is like that atmosphere. If you can create that environment where like you all kind of like feel like you're all in on this journey together.
Yeah.
And he did a amazing job of that.
Yeah, and you know, there wasn't any like, it was such an eclectic room in a certain sense too, right? Because you had like a couple old retirees, you had some young, you had young short farmers who got engaged, and then you had this...
She's 5'1", he's 5'6".
Yeah.
That's a treat though. Like if you're good at crowd work,
well, of course,
and you get a couple
and then
of farmers.
Yeah, but then you got a guy who wouldn't talk when he asked him about what was it?
I think he was high. I think
for whatever reason. But then the girl, he immediately shifted to the girlfriend.
Yeah.
But being able to accommodate or think on the fly and like keep it because it never stalled. He always kept it moving, even though he's dealing with vastly different personalities, vastly different life stories, vastly different reactions. He just kept moving along, and like that is like, it was just like...
Well, and did you notice like he would just go with whatever he heard. Like obviously it's hard, I don't know, maybe he doesn't hear that well, because I found at least half of the time when someone would respond to him, he would go with whatever he thought they said. Like the guy, the guy who said, "I finger fish," obviously didn't say he fingers fish.
No, he might have. He might have been trying to play into it. No, but people will do that. People
maybe,
do that.
maybe he was riffing back at him or something. But
there's humor in doing that, because if Ian goes with his first instinct as to what he heard, chances are other people in the audience probably thought the guy said the same thing too.
Yeah.
So that's enough to be funny right there.
But it's amazing how some people just clam right up, like, and just like don't even know what to say because the attention is on them, and like.
Well, you never know too. Like he mentioned that he was recording towards the end of the set. I don't know. I always wonder about like what kind of waivers you need for people to sign off on, because it's going to be part of like I think it's got at least a couple 100,000 views. Like it's a 800-pound gorilla special.
Yeah.
And like, does that play into how open people are to responding to questions and stuff like that too, right? Like knowing that you're probably going to be roasted on the internet and people just laugh at you, like that's got to play into it a little bit.
Yeah. And
or is it an after the fact thing where you like go later and say, "Hey, by the way, do you want to sign this?" Or I don't know.
I think probably at the end of the night, because you don't know what's going to happen. I think it would be really weird to do it before. I think you would have to do it afterwards, and you'd have to be like, okay.
But then what if someone says no?
Well, then you can't use it.
That seems like a big waste. You put in all that production value.
But how many times a week is he doing shows like that?
Oh, I know, but to do the multi-camera angle and the audio and all that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that couple was from a previous show that wasn't taped, and he told them, "Listen, come to my next show. I'm taping a special. If I can go in on you guys again the way that I did last night."
Who knows?
It's possible. Yeah. But who knows?
Was it the same venue that Adam Ray did?
I thought so too, because no, but it's not, because Adam Ray's special Read the Room was in San Francisco. And it's a very similar backdrop, but I actually pulled up Adam Ray's to look. It is a different it is a different scene, but it's same style and same color scheme for the background.
Must be the same chain, punchlines.
Maybe something. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good point though. Like, how do you ensure that that couple that you just
Well,
crowd
yeah.
worked for a whole hour for your special isn't going to go, hey, we're offended now, and
Yeah, of course.
you know,
Dude, I've been setting up my camera at some fucking bullshit indie show, and people are like, I don't want to be on film.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not going to be, you fucking
Yeah.
dummy. I'm filming myself.
yeah.
I'm not going to make fun of you, but I want to because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I also get it. Like I think people are in the right to not want to be made fun of on the internet. But it's the people who come up preemptively and they're, just so you know, I don't give you consent.
Yeah.
Shut up, you fucking dweeb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've changed my mind about crowd work. Like,
Yeah.
I could-
Well,
I-
yeah. No, there's some masters out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to be just a crutch or filler.
it's just
Some people, that's what they do, and it's fucking awesome.
it's
And
fun
this
to-
guy is that.
And for some, like, I have no interest in doing crowd work, so it's really fun for me to watch, because you know how when you get involved in something, it's like the same with music. Like, as soon as I started my own band and started writing my own songs, it changed the way I listened to music.
Of course,
right?
of
Because now
course.
I'm not just listening for my own enjoyment.
Yep.
I'm listening to it. I'm kind of ripping it apart, and I'm listening to it in a way of like, what can I draw from? What can I learn from this? How can I, use this to apply to my own art or whatever? And obviously now the same thing has happened with comedy, for the style of comedy that I enjoy, which is bits and jokes and written material. But what's nice about crowd work is like I can just watch it and just enjoy it. And just and I'm not like, because I'm not into crowd work. Maybe I'll get into it at some point.
Yeah, you will.
Probably will.
You will.
But right now I'm not. So for now I'm able to just watch it and enjoy it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. No, I've got there's a couple folks who come through our circuit pretty regularly that are like, maybe not Ian Bagg level, but pretty masterful in their own right. It's a good time, man, when you see a show like that. Like, and again, that it speaks to that live experience. Like you said, there'll never be another show like that.
Exactly.
But they're all going to be awesome, but they're just going to be their own thing.
It's like a Fugazi show or whatever. You ever listen to Fugazi?
I do. I don't know about this show.
So when they would play live, they would never have a set list or anything.
Okay.
They would just like start playing. And they would just play interludes between songs and stuff that could go for longer than the songs themselves.
That's
And
pretty dope.
they never would have any idea of what song they would wanted to play first or anything. They would just like start making noise. And
A lot of my
from there.
favorite Fugazi songs are just kind of instrumental, interlude-y kind of stuff. So
that's
that makes
probably where they
sense.
came from.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Fugazi's awesome.
So it's almost like jazz,
Yeah.
That's almost kind of like what
it is jazz. It's fucking jazz.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's the jazz of comedy,
Hell
because
yeah.
you're just, anything can happen and there's no notes that are outside of the scale.
Hell yeah. And you can't put it in a bottle. Although this special does a probably as good of a job I've seen.
Yeah.
You really feel like you're in the crowd there that night, being a part of the magic.
It is a weird thing though, because now you're including strangers. You know what I mean? Like that couple was almost, if he was the main star, they were like the supporting actors.
Kind of, but
of
they
the
shouldn't
show.
think of themselves that way. Because a lot of times hecklers think, oh, I helped the show. No, you didn't. Stop.
Well,
But I see what you're saying.
You did, because
No.
they weren't there and they
No,
weren't.
but I'm saying they can't adopt that mentality.
Well, no, like I don't think that they're entitled to any share or anything like that. But it wouldn't have been the same if they weren't there.
But
He would have found someone else to.
no, okay, but with hecklers specifically, hecklers often
Oh,
come
no,
back
I don't-
and
yeah,
say,
no, not
I helped
hecklers.
the show. And it's like, no, you fucking dipshit. The show would have been just fine without you, right? But yeah, I see what you mean about people in a crowd work heavy show. Yeah, they definitely get a lot of the spotlight. But at the same time, if you see one of these guys work day in and day out, it's like, they can make it out of anything or anybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like it is special because each time the people are going to be different, but it's also not special because he does it every night of the week.
I guess what I'm saying is, for me, when I think now about Ian Bagg versus the government, when I think about this specific special,
You're gonna think about those
I'm going to
people.
think about that couple.
Yeah.
Like almost as much as I think about him. Like you're including these. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
You're like, it's Ian Bagg. It's his special, but he's included this couple so much with the crowd work that now when I think about it, I see their faces as much as I see his.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like they should be entitled to any part of the profits or whatever. I'm just saying it's an interesting thing. I can't really think of another art form where you're just gonna like randomly include someone.
Yeah. Well, again, you do think like, again, if you were at that show and you just got made fun of and you were kind of the go-to punchline, maybe you should get something like, because now everybody's just gonna laugh at you on the internet for the rest of time. Like maybe they should get a hat.
A hat would be nice.
Just something.
A sticker.
Shit on a sticker.
Shit on a sticker. Oh, that's perfect. I think we should stop there.
Yeah. Okay. Great. We should go see him live when he comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does he come through?
Well, he was at Algonquin College this year. That's how I found out about him. So
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Well, I hope he comes back.
Hell yeah.
Ian Bagg versus the government, 800-pound gorilla. It's on YouTube. Highly recommend it. It's a crowd work special. I enjoyed it as much as anything we've watched, maybe more. One of my top.
But even as important as watching the special, check out his tour dates. Go see this guy
him
live. Have
live
your
comedy.
own live experience
Yeah.
with this fella. It'll be like nothing else you've ever seen, and also like every night of the week for him. But again, this special comes close to the live experience, but still nothing like it. You got to be there. So go. He'll be in your neighborhood at some point. He tours all over North America.
Yeah.
He's on the A-list circuit, so he's he'll be around shortly. Go check
see
out
him.
Ian Bagg.
Go
everybody.
see him. Go see live comedy in general, even
yeah.
if it's amateur stuff. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
And
Right on.
yeah,
Keep on rocking in the free world.
for as long as it's free, baby.
All right.
Groceries aren't cheap. All right.